This step is about fishing current, and quite honestly, fishing current is a whole world by itself. It's 12 steps all by itself, because fishing current and fishing it correctly is a difficult thing to do, and something that you have to, you have to work at it. You have to work at this. This is another situation where you just cannot come up to the water's edge and start whaling away. You need to stand here. If it were me, and of course I've seen this before, I kind of know the lay of the land here. But if this was new to me, I would walk up, maybe not even have my rod and reel with me, but I would walk up and I'd look at the currents, and I'd watch and look at it. It's got a little bit of grass over there, the current. So and I number one, don't cast upstream. Every now and then that'll work, but most of the time, I want you to use the current. And if I throw it upstream, especially if I throw it upstream into some quiet water, the lure is not going to work the correct way. And the fish, most of the time, are not going to be exactly in the middle of that current. Every now and then they are, but they'll be around it. They'll be at the edge of it, and that's what I'm looking for, is the edge of the current, and I'm looking for the little eddies. Whenever two currents hit each other, they always form an eddy. In my cast, okay, I don't know where to cast here. I've never fished here before, but I have checked the currents out. So my first cast would be right across that current, and I'm trying to swing this past this grass right over here. That's where a little bass ought to be. And then I would eventually go downstream here and start fishing that current and try to make the current push whatever lure I'm fishing into that bank over there. Because, these fish are kind of lazy. They don't want to chase something if they think the current or the river is actually going to bring some fish right to them. They'll set up for that. So make your cast with that in mind. I threw over there into a little piece of eddy and I pulled it out. Now it hit the current. I can feel the blade start wobbling like a son of a gun. And now it's getting out into the quieter water. I don't think that's quite as effective. I want it next to the current. I want it next to the current line, not necessarily in the current, although I would throw into it because that's the thing that's going to get my bait wiggling or my spinner bait spinning. And then, when you fish current, you can make your cast and not do a whole lot of winding. I can make my cast over to the current and get the blade running, or get it wobbling, get it swimming, and then let the current do the rest. It'll just take it right to the right place. It'll just swing this bait right across there, and I've never reeled at all. I have to tell you, fishing current can be tricky. It's something you have to work at pretty hard, like I said, but boy, it can be effective. You get really good fishing a current, and you're going to catch more than one fish, I'll tell you that.